So because I've had to re-record this video, it actually means it'll be a somewhat decent video. But here it is. The Sony CCD-V110. I don't think you can call it a Handycam because it's not a Handycam. The only thing it really says on it is Video8 Pro. So you can get an idea as for what the controls look like. There's the Vtr Power. And this is like the JVC cameras where you have to turn the VTR on first and then turn the rest of the camera electronics on afterwards. Remote commander. You know, same general control layout as you'd expect on one of these. Unfortunately, it's rather proprietary. There is really no standard output on these, no composite or anything like that. So there's a sharpness control in the back, which is interesting. A couple accessories. This is actually standard here. This is an earphone output, which would allow you to monitor the audio. Of course, it's mono, so it'd only be coming through one ear. The multi-connector is right there. That's another Sony proprietary thing. Actually, this earphone would have been just one if you got it with the camera. There's a proprietary remote control connection for a wired remote. And up here is where the battery would normally go. What it comes with is this, or what it came with for me, is this DCP-80 DC to DC converter. So this is a battery charger, but I really don't know how you'd put a battery in this to charge. So, and it goes there. And that's pretty much it for this side. The tape basket is right there. You get your hand strap as the camera tries to fall down here. It's the CCD-V110. Auto iris, which was interesting. Back then that would have been a feature. These days we take it pretty much for granted. All the automatic functions on this camera. I'm not actually sure how the autofocus works on this, because I don't see any kind of infrared illumination unless it has to do with this window up here. But here you can see the absolutely positively massive lens with lens cap. There's the zoom control here, and this piece actually would flip down and allow you to hold on to it, thus making it easier to hold the camera. If we go ahead and have a look here, on this side are all the controls. There you can see the manual lens with the macro push button. Definitely sounds rather motorized. There's the focus. They are broken on this particular unit. I haven't been able to get the motorized, the power zoom, or the power focus to actually function. Just kind of makes some unhappy noises. There you can see the titler function. Some of the lights there. Power switch. There's your iris control. The middle is automatic. And of course, there's all the other various controls. There's what would go on the side of your head, because this is a shoulder cam. And there is the viewfinder with the microphone. The foam is actually intact on this one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and stop recording on this, and we will start recording on this, because I know that it works, although it was a little bit finicky to try and get it to work, so we'll definitely have to see if we can do that here. But I'll be right back, thanks to the magic of videotape. Okay, it is actually recording. You can see that it's not working the best because the lighting in here is absolutely atrocious. It is on auto iris. But if I turn it up all the way, that is with the iris opened up all the way. Just manually. And I know that there's also, it's complaining to me about the white balance, which is also in automatic mode. Oh, I just hit a button by mistake. That wasn't quite what I wanted. We'll just set that back to automatic. This is, of course, the CCD-V110 camcorder. I don't know if it's actually in focus or not. I really can't tell. It's got this switch on the bottom called Sense, S-E-N-S, and if I set it to high, the picture does get a little bit brighter. Of course, it's still not quite ideal for this camera. Power zoom is making a very unhappy noise. Does not seem to be working at all, so I gotta use the manual zoom. I'm not sure if you can hear the focus as well, but it's making unhappy noises too. So we'll try and get that into focus manually. I think that's probably about as good as we're gonna get it. Zoom back out. Reset it. Back to infinity. Go ahead and we'll turn that Sense High button back off, because I don't know how good that is for the image sensor. And we can hopefully get an idea for what this records. Hopefully it's recording nice and good. We have the ability to overlay the date and time, however, it does not go all the way up to 2020, and it also does not go all the way down to 1920. So I just have it set to 2000. And I think the day, no, the day is correct, 116. I did replace the 2025 battery. Time should also be correct. You'll notice that we only get hours and minutes, no seconds. And the other things about this camera is we do have a titler. I don't know how it works. Really don't know how it works at all. So you get main and sub, and underneath here are the titling controls, but they don't seem to do anything. I might have to stop the recording to get that to work. No, it doesn't seem to work even when I stop the recording, so I don't know if that's just something it puts onto the tape or something else, although being as it's completely analog, probably not. Other thing about this camera that it has is the fader. I mean, you saw the fade in, but it's also got a wiper. Just like that. And I think that is going to do it for the video, because there's not much else I can think of to show you. The low light sensitivity really is just really bad. So too is the focus. Unfortunately, there really isn't much I can do about that. See how close we can get to this text. And that's probably about as good as it's going to get. So, anyway. Not bad. It's too bad that most of the power gizmos, actually all of the power gizmos really don't work. But it's an overall nice camera nonetheless. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. And I hope to see you next time. Till then.